Namaste friends, myself Rakesh, welcome you to Expo Hub channel. Today we are going to learn usage of list and collections in Uipath. What is a list, how do you declare a list, and how to use the collections is something we are going to learn. If you like this video, please do not forget to hit on the like button and please do subscribe to our channel, because this is the channel where we bring you up-to-date knowledge about Uipath. If you want to become a Uipath developer, you should stay connected with our channel. So with that, let's get started. So to understand list activity, all I have to do, I have to use a assign. I'll drag and drop the assign activity, and here let me first create a variable Ctrl+K, and I'm going to create a variable called list. The variable name is list I have given. Now as soon as you create the variable, all you do is click on the data type, variable type, go for browse for types, and here start searching for list. And then once you have typed, wait for a second and then slowly try to drag this to a bit, because this is where people may find challenge. System.collection, this is where you have to stop and highlight the list T. Okay, and then from here you have to select string, because I'm going to deal with string kind of a data, so you can go with any kind of a data type you need, and click on OK. So now what happened, my list variable got created. Now list, is one kind of a variable which requires you to initialize before prior using it, otherwise it's going to throw an null exception error. Okay, so you have to initialize it. So how do I initialize? For that, either you can do it in the default option over here, or else within the assign activity also you can do it. So let me click on the value, and here let me say new list, in bracket you have to say of string. So you are going to deal with string kind of a data. Done, and click on OK. So this step is done. Step number 1, we are done. Now what is the next step? I want to add the data into the collection. Okay, so here is a question, guys. So you might be even asked in interview, what is the difference between an array and a list? So what is an array? In array, generally, let's say I have to store 5 data. So in an array, in the assign activity, you declare in curly braces and write your data, and you store only the 5 data. Later, if I ask you, okay, go ahead and add few more data. So within the project, while it is processing, will you be able to add? No, you cannot add. When you are running it, you will not be able to add new data into the array. But that is something possible with the list. Even the list is a one-dimensional array. Just imagine in an Excel file, in one column you are writing the data. Okay. So in list, what happens? You can, let's say initially you have stored 5 data. While the project is running, you run the project. While it is running, if you are adding another activity, add to collection, this activity called add to collection, you can, using this activity, you can add more data into the list. So that flexibility is available with the list. I'm going to show you. So for that, I was talking about add to collection activity, right? So anytime during my project, I can drag and drop this activity and keep on adding the data as I need. Okay, so here add to collection, how to use it? Let me add some 3 data just for demo purpose. Okay, let me add the first data, collection. So here I have to give the name, I will say list, and remember to change the type argument to string, otherwise it will throw an error. Okay, you will have, and then item. So let's say I want to add my name Rakesh, so I'm going to type in double quotes, done. So I am going to add collection, one item into the list called Rakesh. I have added. So it's a one-dimensional array, remember that. Your dictionary is 2 dimension and this one is 1 dimension. Your array is also 1 dimension. Now add to collection, here also I am giving the name as item, list is my variable name, and here the data type is string, and the data I want to enter, let's say John. Done. Now let's work on the third one. What is the third one? Again same thing, I will put list, the variable name, I will change the data to string, and here I am going to say the item name, let's say I am going to enter something called George. So these are the 3 names I have entered. Okay, done. So I am done with all the 3 data. Now I want to see the data, I want to print the data, and I want to look for it. Because it is 1 dimension, I will be using a for each loop. If it is becoming like a data table which has got multiple columns, right, multi-dimensional, so for that I will be using a for each row. So here, because it is one dimension, let me use a for each loop, simple for each loop. So let me drag and drop the for each loop, and here I'm going to mention the variable name, which is list. Okay, now here on the right hand side, inside the list, you have what kind of a data? You are dealing with string kind of a data, so you have to always go for string. So people here also, you can many people make this mistake because they think list is a kind of a system.collection.generic.list kind of a data, so they will go ahead and select the list. Now if you do that, it will throw an invalid cast exception error. Remember my point. So it will throw you an error called invalid cast exception, because you are not going to deal with the list here in the for each one by one when it's dealing with each data. Each data is a string kind, right? So that data you have to mention here. You are dealing with string kind of a data, so you will say string here, not list. Getting it? So once you do this, let me use a message box and let me print the data. You can use a write line activity, log message, anything you need. So here let me use a message box and simply say item dot to string. Getting it? So now let me print it and see how it is printing the data. Then we will go little more about other collection related activities just after this. Interesting. Now you can see Rakesh, John and George. These are the three data I have stored. I got it. So this activity I can use as many times I need in the project. So this is done. Now the second thing, there are a couple of more activities. For example, I want to check if some data is available or not. Let's say I want to see if my name is there or not, if Rakesh is available or not. So while you drag and drop this activity, first thing you do is change the data to string type argument, and in the collection you can give the variable name list, same process. And then I want to look for what? Rakesh. Now if Rakesh is available, then it should show the result as a boolean type. So Control plus K, let me create a variable called available. Okay, I've created a variable, click on OK. So the available will become true or false. So let me see this by dragging and dropping a message box just here, and I'm going to say available. Okay, so if it is there, it will say true. If it is not there, it will say false. So let me delete the for each loop, or you can also disable. Okay, you can right click and you have option to disable. Let's say I don't want to use it. Okay, done. Now let's save it and try to run it. So what would happen? From the beginning, it will start adding all the data one by one, and then in the message box on the top I said Rakesh is available. Let's say now it is saying true, right? So let me do one thing. Here let me try to use another activity to remove from collection. So I'm using another activity, remove from collection. Before it, okay, before it, let me remove Rakesh. So here what I have to do, first thing is change the type argument to string, and the collection name is list. Okay, and the item that I want to search is Rakesh. Click on OK. Done. Now once it removes, if it exists, now the value should say false. So let's run it. Okay, now you can see it is saying false because this activity is removing my name from the list, right? So this is how you must have got an understanding how to use a list, and also you must have got an understanding the difference between array and list. Okay guys, so thank you so much. If this video has helped you, if you feel good about this video, please do like and do let us know on the comment section. Okay, please spend that little seconds and type it for us. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great day. Bye bye.